All right, welcome back, guys. We are again with Eddie Rosell talking about today the calorie deficit. So you find that you may be going to the gym a lot, whether you're doing CrossFit, HIIT training, you're doing weight training, we're just going every single day, and you're really putting in a good effort at the gym, but you're just not losing the weight as expected. Why is that?
Yeah, great question. It's one of the most common things, right? People hear, I'm going to the gym every day, exactly what you explained, but then all of a sudden they're like, but I'm not losing any weight. If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're just simply not going to lose weight. That is the law of thermodynamics. If there's too much energy coming in, no matter how much energy is going out, if there's too much coming in, you're not going to lose weight.
Right. And you probably get this a lot too, but a client saying, I'm in a calorie deficit, but I'm not losing weight. Well, guess what? You're not in a calorie deficit because you're not losing weight. And usually that's because they're overestimating their calories, or they're just not tracking little things that'll add up, like, let's say, dipping sauces, oils, stuff like that, like ketchup on the side, the dressing. You don't really realize how many calories are in those items, and they add up over time.
Absolutely. Such a great point. So this happens in two different scenarios. Number one, someone's trying to lose weight and they can't lose weight because of what you just described. Number two, someone's been losing weight and all of a sudden they stop losing weight and they hit what they call a quote unquote plateau, which essentially means one of two things. Either number one, to your point, you're not tracking accurately. You need to reevaluate what is sneaking in that you're really not paying attention to. Is it the sauces? Is it the drinks? Is it the alcohol on the weekends, maybe, or at nights? All of that stuff can creep in. And then the other thing is, if you did lose some weight, well, guess what? Your body needs a little less energy in order for you to continue to lose weight. So you may have to readjust your calories again to put yourself back into a calorie deficit.
Right. You can't just have the same amount of calories and macros your whole weight loss journey. You got to adjust it based on your activity level, how much you weigh now. Tracking your nutrition is definitely key. Like you're saying, if you're not tracking, you don't know exactly how much you're getting in daily. And protein intake is definitely key as well. You want to maintain, or at least in this stage, you could actually put on muscle if you're new to the gym, the newbie gains phase. And the protein intake is key. You want to build muscle or maintain the muscle while you're losing weight. You don't want to be too flabby. You want to build muscle and strength while you're losing the weight, the fat.
Jake, I'm so glad that you brought this up because I mentioned two scenarios. Number one, you start to lose weight and you think you can't. That's because you're not in a calorie deficit. Number two, you're not losing weight because maybe you lost some already and then you need to reevaluate and your calorie deficit might be lower than you think. Number three, though, is what you just described, which is pretty common too if you're a newbie, which is, hey, I'm doing everything I can. I'm getting stronger in the gym, but I don't see the scale weight going down. And what's happening is you might be losing some fat, but you might be building some muscle if you're a newbie. And take advantage of this. This is good because that means you are losing fat and building muscle, which is the unicorn that everyone's after. If you're a newbie, you'll be able to do that more effectively, to your point. And then at that point, what I would recommend is people track your waist measurement. Your waist measurement will not lie. If you're losing fat, your waist measurement's going to go down. If you're gaining fat, your waist measurement's going to go up. If you're building muscle, muscle is mostly water. And so if you're eating enough carbohydrates, for every 1 gram of carbohydrate that you intake, your body's going to take in a couple grams of water with that. And so if you have more muscle, then you're going to have more water in the muscle belly. You're going to carry around more water. So that's another reason why the scale weight is tough. Like you want to look at body fat percentage, like you said, you want to look at waist measurement, and you want to look at how strong you are in the gym. That's why I always recommend carry a journal, use an app, whatever you need to use, but track your progress in the gym. Are you getting stronger? Even if it's 1 extra rep, even if it's 5 extra pounds, that's progress. And you have to measure that because if your scale weight's not going down, but you're getting extra reps in the gym, that means you're getting stronger and you're probably losing fat and gaining muscle.
And just one more thing, just going on with staying in the calorie deficit, a big issue is liquid calories, whether that be orange juice, whether that be soda, whether that be lemonade, whatever your choice of drink is. And just taking that, let's say with McDonald's or something, you get a burger and fries, just taking out that soda, getting a diet soda, for example, would make a big difference. And then maybe go a little bit less on the fries and then work your way away from fast food, maybe. But point is just slowly work your way into that deficit and start making some progress.
Yeah, and I think what you said about slowly working your way into it is the best approach. Too many times people say, I'm going on a diet on Monday, I'm cutting out X amount of foods, and they cut out most of the stuff that they're used to having. whether it's good or bad, you're used to having that. And so if you cut a bunch of stuff out, then you're going to feel very restricted and you're going to feel overwhelmed because you're cutting too much out at the same time. So that's why one of my key things that I always tell people is start slow and start small, because the more you add to your plate or take away from your plate, the more overwhelmed you're going to feel and the more it is straying away from what you're used to. So if you can take off, do a Diet Coke and still have the burger and fries, not the greatest thing, fine. But then next week, maybe you don't have the fries. Maybe you just have the Diet Coke and the burger and not the fries. And all of a sudden, little by little, you're taking calories away and you're replacing it with something that's more nutritious. So again, start slow and start small so you can build some momentum, get some quick wins.
Yeah, it's a common theme in this whole going to the gym, weight loss thing. Take it slowly first, make progress, and stay consistent, and you'll eventually get the results. And that kind of just wraps up today. Just wanted to quickly go over the caloric deficit. So with that said, Eddie, thanks for joining, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.